Hello there, and welcome to Alvarez's Diecast Customs. Now today we're going to be working on this Hot Wheels Toyota 2000 GT. This is probably one of my all-time favourite cars. I suppose you could call it a dream car in that case. Really love the look of this thing, just lovely stance to it. I just love the curves of it, just perfect. Anyway, let's take a closer look at it. Yeah, just great looking. It's got that sort of E-Type Jag look to it as well. Just really nice. As you can see, it's got a plastic base. I've already taken the time to drill the posts out on this. I start off with a 2mm drill bit, then work up to a 5mm to remove the remaining bit of the head off. I like to use these 5mm self-tapping screws to screw the base back on. I did have to shorten them by about 2mm, as the posts are very short on this. Literally just use a couple of diamond files and sort of file them down until they get to the length I'm after. There's that base, got sort of the front bumper area attached to it. And there's our interior. Quite detailed on that actually. The roll cage, the racing roll cage. It's actually sort of a separate piece that flips up. That's going to come in handy for when we come to paint that interior with the details in there. And our window piece, which also has the lights attached to it. Quite an ingenious way of doing it. And the headlights are very well detailed as well. Just a really nice model by Hot Wheels, this one is. Some of the little finer details they go into, really like it. So, going to be removing these wheels here. Just going to use this side cutters. Just clip the single tooth off that's there. And the wheels literally just fall out. Quick and easy. So we're going to go get that body stripped out, and we're also going to swap these wheels over. So let's get on with that. So we've gone to see our goddess Supersonico and see what she can do for us about these wheels. So I'll offer those ones up to her, won't be needing them again. Oh nice, let's take a closer look at that. Nice. These are very cool. It's got rubber wheels on them by Green Light. Perfect. So here we are, that's the body stripped off with the paint. Popped it in a pot of paint stripper for about an hour, then once it sort of sat in there, take it out, run it under a tap and use an old toothbrush to scrub the remaining bits of the paint off, and here's what you're left with. As you can see, those wheels are a perfect fit. Didn't need any adjustments to that. Really happy with how they sit in there. Everything just went together perfectly on this overall, really. Now we're just going to be using this fine diamond file and just go around cleaning up some of the edges on this body here. There is some sort of slight casting lines and just sort of not so smooth edges to it. This is one thing I always do on my customs. I do believe it gives a much better finish at the end of it if you spend a bit of time just cleaning them up. And you'll also notice those racing mirrors that were on the body there. I've removed them entirely. I literally just used the files and filed the crap out of them until they came off. So you can see that's where they would have been. Just really spent my time trying to blend that in and smooth them over. I just felt the shape of it just looked better without them because they look a bit thick and clumsy. The scale wise, they just didn't really match. Anyway, I've gone ahead and painted it. Start off primer straight out of a spray can, both the body and the base, and then went over the top of that afterwards with a couple of coats of this metallic blue. It's a really lovely colour in my opinion. Just thought it really sets off the body. Just be adding some extra details here. Went over the base there, as you can see, with some matte black paint. Now just going to be using some metallic grey by Tamiya just to pick out some of the details on the chassis as well. And there we go. Also just be painting the roll bar and a couple of other bits and pieces in the interior here. Again, using that metallic grey by Tamiya. It's a lovely colour. It's not so not so bright as the sort of silvers and things that you can get. Much more muted colour. And the seat, I just used the leather brown. Went over that. Also did the steering wheel and the dashboard and a little bit more detail. So using this Agrax Earth Shade by Citadel, it's just a brown wash. Just go over that entire interior in the brown wash. Just sort of blends it all together and just dulls it slightly, I suppose you could say. Makes it look a bit more realistic. I always enjoy doing the washes on my models. Really do think it gives a lot better finish at the end of it. Sort of ties everything up. And on the chassis here, I'm just going over with some Citadel Nuln Oil, which is just a black wash over the entire thing. Now onto the body, using this Molotow chrome pen. Just be picking out some of the trim around the windows. Need a very steady hand for this. Just try and get it right. And do most of it off camera just for the sake of getting it nice and neat. It's very difficult to do through a viewfinder. So there we are, that's after doing the whole windows and door handles. And now I'm just going to be going through the panel lines on the body with the Citadel Nuln Oil again. This, I really like the effect of doing this on them. Bringing out the panel lines in sort of a darker shade. There we go. Not so noticeable yet, but you'll definitely see it when I go over with the clear coat. That really brings it out. So you're using that Citadel Nuln Oil again and just going over the wheels. It looked a bit too bright for my liking, so I just dulled them down slightly, just with a quick wash of them. So I've gone ahead and clear coated that body in the meantime. Now it's time to put him back together. There's our window piece. I did neglect to show what I did to this. I literally just used that Molotow chrome pen, went around the edges of it to highlight the chrome trim, and painted the black grille and the headlights just on the back side of the clear plastic. Really shows up on that. And there's our interior. Just went over the seat with a quick clear gloss. Some extra details on the dashboard there. Just used a toothpick with some silver paint to highlight the dials on that. There's our wheels. As I said, they got a quick Nuln Oil treatment. Just a perfect fit for that. Slots straight in there. They come out of a multi-pack by Greenlight, brought off eBay a while ago. There's the base piece. That was after the Nuln Oil treatment. I also did some extra quick details there with the bumpers and the indicators on the front there. And also not forgetting to paint the inner footwell area in the matte black so it matches the interior. We'll just get it all put back together. So, before we take a look at what we ended up with, let's take a look at what we started with. So yeah, as it was a good looking car to begin with. I really do love the Toyota 2000 GT. As you can see, the mirrors on there, I did remove those. They looked a bit clumsy with the size of them there. Anyway, here's what we ended up with. Really pleased with how this one came out. Everything just went together perfectly on this build. Everything that I did just came out brilliantly. You can see some extra details I did on the tail lights. I didn't want to bore you too much with the painting of everything, so I just sort of skipped through a lot of that on this video. Anyway, here we go. Let's have a closer look at it. So you can see the clear gloss that I've put on came out brilliantly. That was by Rust-Oleum, straight out of a spray can. It's a urethane based one. It takes a couple of days to dry fully, but the finish, you can't really compete with it. It's such a beautiful, smooth finish to it. Yeah, as you can see, the tail lights brought out some extra detail. Use some Tamiya clear red for the rear tail lights, and also some Citadel white. And then just quickly went over it with the Nuln Oil just to sort of darken them up a bit more. There's those front grille and the headlights. Really good look to that. Yeah, just brilliant. So pleased with this one. Probably one of my all-time favourite builds I've done on this channel for a while. Got such a premium look to it. As you know, that's always something that I've always strived for with my builds, is just the high quality that I try to aim for. I do think this one fits the bill perfectly. Almost looks like something you could buy out of like a proper collection or something, like a really well made manufacture. So very pleased with this one. I'll just leave you with some more shots of it and I'll be back in a moment. So let's go and see our goddess Supersonica and see what she's got for us next time. Hold on. Wait, what? Alright, I'll have it. It's that bloody Turismo DeLorean thing I did a couple of videos ago. I did say back then that I did want to try something else with it rather than just this brushed steel look to it. Anyway, definitely got some more ideas for it. Can't wait to get on with that one. So this has been Alvarez's Diecast Customs. I do hope you have enjoyed watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now. Also, stay safe.